because kids are very imaginative, which is one of the problems with high school, with our high schools and our colleges, is that they restrict this creativity and this. I mean, these kids are naturally trying to think outside the box because they have no concept of what a box is until we show them what a box is. And so if you're able to nurture that creativity and innovation, kids can achieve things that you and I, it would blow our minds. I mean, it's looking at the same problem, just developing different solutions. And so it's really important for us to nurture this creativity and innovation at a young age so it can develop by the time they get to high school. And by the time they get to high school, it's just going to be like, try to hold them down at that point because they're going to be so
right. Well, and I think that for people that my generation, I find that having my son around and having a business of my own, I listen to him because he does some work for me, and he thinks of things that I would never have thought of doing that have been so successful because I've stopped and listened to him. And that's sometimes hard, but for all you older people, definitely listen to your kids. Don't squash their creativity, or even in their schooling, when they do something that wasn't the way you taught them, but it still works or is creative. Yeah, definitely encourage it, because those are the types of kids that are not going to come out cookie cutter. And unfortunately, we grade kids on cookie cutter, standards until they're done with college or high school. And then we grade them on their creativity because that's what the world does, isn't it? And so why is it so backwards? It's just but we think that this is the way to success, and it really isn't. It definitely is teaching our kids how to be entrepreneurs, how to think outside the box, how to do things that like we were talking about, being relational and knowing who you are. How many classes do we have in high school where we figure out who we are instead of how to know what everybody else knows?
Exactly.